just give it my best shot and have a gutsy race.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and this one is a crazy video. San Francisco T100, what a race, what a crazy finish. Watch this video, I'll take you through everything from the pre-race, obviously the insane race and what happened and how it finished, and everything that's gone on since then. So we arrived in San Francisco on Tuesday night, pretty late, and yeah, went pretty much straight to bed, and we didn't actually have to get on the time zone because race morning started at 2:30 in the morning, so it was actually good to go to bed early, wake up early and just stay on that time zone. And yeah, as all the T100 races are, they're super cool. I mean, the whole vibe around the race is amazing. The staff do an amazing job, all the athletes in one hotel, eating breakfast together, you know, going to the swimming pool together, getting ready for the race, looking at the course and everything. And yeah, we had a great opportunity to swim at the Olympic Club too before the race. So yeah, that's a pretty prestigious club. We weren't allowed to wear caps, we weren't allowed to use our phones, but a pretty awesome pool to swim in. And yeah, thanks to Jordan for sorting that out.
Kyle!
Can you breathe properly?
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Mika? Is he winning the style points?
These glasses for sure.
No! Oh my god, you're gonna be matching! Oh, so cute! So what's the idea with the cap, Kyle?
Keep my head warm.
Why is that?
Because otherwise my head will be cold. Because the water's really cold, and because we're swimming in from Alcatraz, and so maybe if the water's really, really cold, we're going to have to use gloves, under-thing rash tops, and little shoes.
How cold is the water?
It could be 12 or 13 degrees, which is quite cold. Yeah, just a post-flight shake-out, really. Get the body moving again. Do 3K or so.
Yeah.
Go get a coffee. Woo! Jason. Bloody hell, Jason.
Yeah, the race obviously is quite an interesting race. There was a lot of variables, there's a lot to think about, there's a lot to go into. Obviously the swim is your ordinary swim, there's a lot of faff that goes into getting onto a boat that goes out to Alcatraz. So many unknown variables that we had to think about. Was quite exciting. So I really made sure that I studied the tidal maps, I studied what was going to happen, the temperature, the equipment that we were using. In this bay, it's called obviously ebbing and flowing, so it flows in on a high tide and ebbs out on a low tide, so it'll be going out of the bay. So I think that we'll be going with the tide. So I just looked at the tidal flow charts that I could see, and I think by the looks of it, the strongest sort of tide there would be left of the island. Just where, because there's so much tidal currents in there, and if obviously you get stuck in a
in an eddy or a slow current, and it doesn't matter how fast you can swim, you're just going to go slow. So you want to utilize nature in the best way possible. So
How much difference do you think it makes?
minutes over a swim like that. So you can see here, like, the flow's moving, but actually right behind the buoy is going back in towards the buoy in like an eddy.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be caught in that, because you're actually going to be swimming against the tide. But if you can get out to the side there where it's flowing fast, you can get into a fast flow. So this is on a small scale. This is San Francisco too, so this is how fast the flow obviously moves. So yeah, if you can get sort of out to the side and the fast flowing stuff, then you're going to be swimming a lot quicker.
I just really knew that I was in good form, and I really wanted to seize this opportunity to have a really good performance and put everything into it and plan like I was going to succeed and not fail.
Kyle, tomorrow's race morning, how are you feeling?
Yeah, good. Yeah, it kind of already feels like race morning now though, because we're so close to race time already. It's already 8 hours away, so yeah, feeling good. We've got to be up really early in the morning, so early night tonight. Body's feeling good. Yeah, sort of got over jet lag a bit. Still waking up pretty early in the morning though, which is a good thing. Yeah, I don't need to get in the time zone racing so early. And yeah, got to get the bus at 3:30 in the morning down to the race venue, and then we get the ferry out to Alcatraz. But yeah, I'm ready to go, ready to send it, and let's get it.
Interesting. I much prefer Spider-Man tattoos, but this morning, like I said, we started at 2:30 in the morning, and yeah, woke up and ate my usual bowl of rice that I really struggled to get through just because it was so early in the morning. Then we got the bus down to transition. Just waiting for the bus.
Yeah.
Then going to the transition, setting up my stuff, then getting another bus to the boat, then getting the boat to the start, and then we jump off the boat. Yeah, just gonna put my bike in transition, but it's actually quite cold, rainy, foggy and windy right now, so it's looking good. Alrighty, I'm gonna put my bike in transition. Just making sure I got everything.
What's the verdict?
Oh, you know, ready to jump off a boat. Should be good. And yeah, it was like a party boat, so pretty cool vibe. It really didn't feel like we're about to dive off this thing and go race full gas for the next 3.5 hours until, yeah, one of the guys said, oh, you've got 10 minutes. And I was like, 10 minutes to what? He's like, 10 minutes to a race start. Like, we're in position now, we've got to go. And so, yeah, I had to like chuck on the booties, chuck on the wetsuit, chuck on all the thermal stuffs that we had. And then, yeah, obviously the race starts off the side of a boat that we couldn't recce, we couldn't decide what we were gonna do. We were just hanging onto the side of this boat, 2.5 meters in the air. And yeah, once the gun goes off, you sort of dive into shark-infested waters. Funny how in the days before the race, when you know you're thinking about it, you think about all these things, all the seals, all the sharks, all the cold water, and as soon as the gun goes off, just all of that stuff goes to the back of your mind and you don't even think about it, and you're just going as hard as you can. I dove in, went way too far into the water, looked up and just saw bodies above me, and came up, resurfaced, and I was on Alistair's feet, and yeah, pretty much stayed on Alistair's feet the whole swim then. But the tides were super crazy. Like, even though I'd studied the tidal map, it doesn't show the nuances of the small little accelerations that happen. And then yeah, I made the turn pretty quickly to the beach, and I saw that, you know, there was 10 guys already running along the beach. They just had a better line into the finish than we did. So yeah, I was like, this is crazy. We've got like 15 guys out of the 20 in this league group, and you know, Sam Long was, as I left the bike, I could hear that Sam Long had come into transition. I was like, this is mental. And yeah, got onto the bike and pretty much mounted at the same time as Martin Van Riel, and he, as I was putting on my shoes, he took a flyer up the outside, and I thought, you know, I just can't let him go at all. so got onto the first climb and made sure that I put in my effort and sort of, asserted my position in the race. And we actually got a gap on the rest of the group, which wasn't so much intentional, but it was my intention to ride hard at the start of the bike. It was actually a really good thing because I thought that the technical officials would be really stringent on penalties this race, which, they kind of weren't. But I just wanted to be out of the mess, out of the bunch dynamics, and just sort of riding my own race, or at least, with just Rico and Martin. The bike went really well, crazy powers. Like, I think I normalized for the first hour 390 watts. That's the highest I've ever had in a race.
Carl's looking pretty good, he's up near the front. But yeah, there's a lot of them together, so we'll see how it goes.
But yeah, I sort of made sure on the bike that I was doing all the basics right, made sure I was drinking and fueling and spending my energy where it could be spent and trying to save it where it could be saved, and just trying to be smart about the race, because I knew from my performance in Samarin that, I've been running really well, and when I was looking around the group, I thought, maybe I'm one of the best runners in this group. I didn't know how Martin was going to run in long distance, but I knew obviously he's an incredible runner, so yeah. Just had to make sure that I sort of marked the moves and covered the moves and made sure that I was coming off the bike and not giving an inch to anybody else. Yeah, with Sam, it's interesting because I know that he does super well in the heat, and he's, I'd say, the best in the world in the heat. Especially bike run, but I think the level for me comes more together when it's cold. I think he's one of the best guys in the world. That's exactly why I left T2 and closed him down so hard. Yeah, I shut him down pretty hard, and then I actually managed to overtake him, and I didn't realize I dropped him until maybe a K into the run.
You've been briefed, they've all been told all these things. And when you're in the pressure,
and then obviously dropping the cup, that whole debacle sort of might have given away a little bit of my advantage, or all of my advantage, to Martin, but I wasn't going to risk my best T100, my best career finish, when I was feeling that good on getting DNF'd for something that I didn't know at the time whether we had to put the cups in the bin or not. And I can't remember, and especially not when you're running 3-minute PKs, I can't remember exactly the, the nuance of what had to go in the bin and what had to, you could just throw on the ground. So yeah, I panicked and obviously went back, and someone else actually picked it up for me, which I, again, just in the heat of the moment, I didn't realize what was going on. So got on the run, Martin closed that gap, and I didn't realize until talking to him this morning, he was on his absolute limit to close the gap. And I sort of, obviously he's not going to tell me at the time, but I wish I knew that, because I think I was feeling quite comfortable on the run, and I just sort of accepted that maybe, we were all at the same level. And I think we were, honestly. I was feeling really comfortable, but my matches had been blown out just from the effort of the day. And I felt really fit and really comfortable to run whatever we were running, 320 per K, but to lift her running 305s or 3-minute PKs for me was feeling quite difficult. And I knew I just had to, in order to win the race, I knew I just had to save all of those beans and save all of those matches for that last 200 meters, which obviously I'm pretty sure everyone's seen by now.
Come on, Carl. Come on, Carl.
Obviously hindsight's a beautiful thing, and you also forget the feelings that you're feeling in the race. In my head I said I want to lead, I want to win the first left-hand corner past the aid station through transition, and I want to win the right-hand corner into the finish galley. And I thought, maybe the finish galley will be 100 meters long, not even 100 meters long, 50 meters long. And if I've won that last corner, then I can open it up, and Martin's going to have to close down 2 or 3 meters to get back onto me. unfortunately, we turned the corner and I saw how long the finish line was, like maybe 200 meters on grass. And I was like, oh no. And I started sprinting and went down a hole and my hamstring locked up, and then Martin almost tripped over, and it was like running on the most uneven surface ever. It was horrible. And I thought, you know, I'm just gonna like keep running, and we were side by side. And I was like, I've still got this. As soon as the grass turns to the carpet, I'm just gonna like put everything that I've got into this, and I should be able to get over him just by doing like an explosive burst. Honestly, he got the win over me, and he deserved the win. Like, I put everything I did into it, and it was this much not enough. It's funny, we said with Jan, and we sat with him in Singapore, and he was like, you know, first of all, you know, get a top 5, you know, and then make the next step up to the podium, and then make the hardest step of them all and try and win one. And, you know, Jan, obviously being Jan, is a bloody oracle, and I got 5th in Singapore, got on the podium in San Francisco, and, you know, now is my time to try and make the hardest step of them all, is to try and win them. Currently I'm sick because we had such a crazy week. Obviously the race and the overwhelming support that I've had, and, you know, traveling back to Europe, and yeah, it was so crazy that I've just come down with a cold. I'm gonna head to St. Moritz this weekend to train with a couple of good mates there, Daniel Beckergaard and Fred Funk, and Fenella Langridge will be there. There'll be a really cool squad of people there. So really looking forward to going to St. Moritz. I've never been there before. Can't wait to see the boys again. And yeah, it's gonna be an awesome training camp into London. So thank you so much for watching. It's an absolutely insane race, and I'm over the moon with the result. Like I keep saying, we're on a roll, and just, yeah, thank you so much for following along for this journey. If you want to see what I'm getting up to in the next few weeks, I'll be making a video from St. Moritz. So yeah, please subscribe to this channel to keep in the loop with everything I'm doing. For now, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
In second place, and the winner of the silver medal, representing New Zealand, Kyle Smith.